Hey everyone, what's going on? This is the Libroski, and you are watching the very first episode of the Libroski Poker Show. Tonight, we went to Brittany's Sports Bar in Woodbridge, Virginia. We did a 10 o'clock tournament. Of course, free poker in Virginia is the only thing that's allowed. No actual gambling. Winners get prizes, cash prizes, and gift certificates, and all that good stuff. My goal on this channel is today, July 20th. I am going to make myself a bankroll from only winning bar poker, and that is my goal. My goal is to, by the time the World Series rolls around next year, to get into an event using nothing but winnings from bar poker. Now, I go 2 or 3 times a week, sometimes 2 times a week, sometimes a little more, but mostly, definitely at least twice a week that I go. They have places every night that play, that I could always find a free game if I wanted to try to go. It was a little far away from my current my current area, but sometimes, I decide to go out an extra day or two, just have some fun, knock around some cards, have some fun with some good friends, and it's bar poker, so a lot of people don't take it seriously, but I do take it seriously, because I'm always looking to improve my game, and I'm always looking to improve my reads, instincts, and what people are doing in certain situations, and it certainly can help down the road if I get into a big tournament, whether it be a World Poker Tour, whether it be a World Series, anything like that, definitely would help me down the road. All these little tournaments here and there. How do you play heads up? How do you play in certain situations? Where are you leaning towards, on the spectrum of your hands? One big thing I've been racked my brain with past couple days, because I've been seeing it on multiple poker shows, is the emergence of, not really emergence, but the meaningfulness of blockers. Anyone that doesn't know, a blocker is a card in your hand that an opponent can't have because you have it in your hand. I'm not going to get into strategy and play on this, but anyways, tonight, 10 o'clock tournament of Woodbridge, Brittany's, Virginia. I lasted one hand. I was on the button with 10-8 of hearts. It was limped around, one caller next to me. Kid's name, I'm gonna be conspicuous. I don't want to, blow his cover, say any of the real names. So let's just call him some dumb nerd. And we've had history. Now, we've had history with this guy from yesterday, and I didn't do anything about yesterday. I didn't say anything about him, but the kid, this nerd, had pocket kings. I had king 7. Flop came king 7-4 rainbow. I flopped top 2 pair. He turned he flopped the set of kings, and the turn came a 7, which gave me 7s over kings. Obviously gave him kings over 7s. A set cooler, and I was out yesterday in the tournament. So be prepared. We'll call him some dumb nerd. So some dumb nerd sitting right next to me limps in. Let's all limp in to see a flop. Big blind checks his option after small blind folds. 3 to the flop. Flop comes 6, 7, 9. I flop the nut straight. kid bets 4,000. He must have some type of hand, maybe, maybe ace 10. Didn't really, didn't raise pre-flop, but kind of, didn't really make me think he had a lot. Maybe he flopped 2 pair, like a 9-10, or something along those lines. Because on a 25-50 bet, 20, not 25. Getting my tournaments wrong. 1-2, 100, 200, blind. You're not gonna go from 1-2 limp to 4,000 with 3 people in the pot. It doesn't happen like that. That's excruciatingly oversized bet for the situation. Now, what do? I do a stand. To me, I think the play there is to do a min raise, which is what I did. I went from 4 to 8. Now our starting stacks are, at this point, obviously everyone's got the same starting stack. We start with 22,000 in the tournament. He then proceeds, once the guy calls my raise to 8, and the small big line comes around to some dumb nerd. He pushes all in. I'm in the pot before he's even in the pot. The big blind tanks for about a minute. What do you guys have? What do you guys have? He decides to call. I'm ahead, obviously, with my nuts straight. Some dumb nerd flips over pocket kings. And the other kid in the big blind turns over ace-7 with a pair of 7s. Turn card is another 7. Gives the kid in the big blind a pair of 7s. Gives some dumb nerd kings and 7s. River card. The king. Yep, king of hearts. And that's the end of the day for me. First hand, flop nuts straight, and get runnered to lose on the first hand. So it's a very bad beat. You could say running bad. This kid, I mean, I can't even explain it. I can't explain how many times over did I think that he played that hand so piss poorly, and he got saved by lucky. He got his 2-outer on the river. Now he also had to have a running card pair the board and his card to get there on the river. Insanely lucky. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But anyways, that's poker. We've all ran hot. We've all ran cold. Brittany's in Woodbridge. What they do is they are a $30 first prize, second prize gift certificate. They run Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday in Woodbridge. If you guys are in the Northern Virginia area, 2 tournaments a night, 7 and 10, no entry fee. You can sit down, you can play. If you win, you have a chance to win free money. My two games I go to are at L&B. L&B is a little pizza joint in Dale City. Wednesday and Fridays, also at 7 and 10. So that Woodbridge, Dale City area, they have there's games all throughout the week, depending on your area. There are games from Woodbridge to Fredericksburg, Herndon, Alexandria, Fairfax, all in Northern Virginia. Me personally, I live further south. I live in that Stafford area. So for me to go all the way up north is a little bit of a hike, but the Woodbridge area, I have a lot of friends in that area, so that's where I normally decide to go if I'm going to go. But as for my first hand breakdown video, hand number 1, flop the nuts, some dumb nerd, runner, and out. Just disgusting. So, anyways, that's all I can really go about with here. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. If you know your favorite your things you want to see me talk about poker, about tournaments in your area. Obviously, it's going to be on YouTube. So if you leave a comment about where you are, if you have bar poker in your area, if you have, a nice area. I mean, the good thing about free poker is that you can learn how to play before you even decide to put any real money forward. And with bar poker, you can win without even spending a dime. And that's it. It's a way to start off and a way to improve your play, improve your function. This way, if you go into a tournament, you go into a casino, you go into a poker room, you're not out of the blue. You know what's going on. You know the rules. You know how to work it. You know how the rotation works. You know how the cards flow. You know about the blinds. You know about antes. You know about the rankings. You know what's going on. So you don't want to be the one that's out there looking like, like a donkey. So anyways, with that being said, have a good night. Probably gonna take tomorrow off. Sunday, I don't really like to play on Sundays. Probably go to Babylon on Monday. Babylon is a World Tavern Poker, which obviously I know, but World Tavern Poker, they are a organization that runs tournaments through regional qualifiers, so they can get to bigger tournaments down the road, online qualified tournaments. And if you hit the qualifiers and you hit in the right way, they can get you into a bigger tournament. I think they've done. I'm not sure which tournament they entered into. I thought it was WPT. It could be the Heartland Poker Tour. It's one of the big organizations. One of the big organizations. They get you satellite, the satellite, the online free roll. It's a good way to go and get into a big tournament without risking anything. If you hit the right satellites, you win the right tournaments. So definitely check that out. World Tavern Poker League. And there's always, at least in the Virginia area, there's always free games going on. You don't have to worry about putting up your own money. You don't have to worry about losing. You can meet a lot of new friends in the process, and you can definitely improve your game. And for someone like me, who is trying to take this, I take it a little more seriously than I should at times. But to me, I play the free poker like it's real money. And when someone doesn't play well, it really gets to me. Now you could say, I can hear you saying right now, well, you only had a 10, but he got pocket king. No. Don't start legitimizing hands. It was a limp pot. He did not put. If he raises, I'm not seeing the flop, and I don't care that I missed the flop. I don't care that I would have hit straight. That's not. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into it. It's gonna make me angry and make me not able to sleep tonight. Anyways, so yeah, favorite poker players. Who are your favorite poker players? Comment down below. Tell me who they are. Who do you like to watch? Are you a fan of Daniel Negreanu? Are you a fan of Phil Hellmuth? Tony G? Do you like the wordplay? The wordplay guru Will Kasuf, someone who's not really well known, but to the poker community is well known. A lot of people, a lot of different professionals who have blogs, poker channels. Doug Polk, very, very outgoing, very, this guy's own YouTube series as well. All these people, Mike the Mouth. It goes on and on and on. And you can always find good content, good poker content. And the poker community is always very interactive with each other. So, my goal is to bring myself to a major tournament using nothing but winnings from free poker. And that's going to be my goal for this year. Like I said, I let's see if how close I can come to do that. Obviously, life gets in the way, and things happen, they don't happen, and let it be. But tired. Oh, and by the way, just to let you guys know, I do not edit these videos. These videos come while I'm talking off the top of my head. I don't. So if you see, oh, I yawned, or I say or yeah, or if I'm reading stuff, that's just natural, comes to me. I don't edit these videos. I don't sit there and make plugs and make it look pretty. You get what you get, and it's right off the top of my head. It's 100% real. It's crazy, and just the way it is. So anyway, yep, that's it. We'll have another video vlog whenever I play next. Said it should be Monday. Monday I'm planning on Babylon. They have a 7 o'clock and they have a 9. 7 to 9. And they also Brittany's also has a 10. Depending on how far we go into 7, or if we decide to go aggro in a 9 and try to make it to Brittany's by 10, you're talking about a good 15 minutes from car ride, from car to door, from one place to the other. So you can ideally say, maybe spend a half hour at Babylon and see if we can't really double up, triple up, really get into a good position. Most of these tournaments usually have between 12, 13, 14 to upwards of 30 to 40 people, depending on nights and crowds. So just you take the good, the bad, the ugly, and that's that. Just past couple of days, some dumb nerd's been really getting to me. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. All you need to remember when you're on the table is to have fun, be yourself, and don't ever, and I mean ever, bluff the LI.